Hi, my name's Orla Owl. Welcome to the Sleep Kit. You're probably here because you're interested in learning more about sleep or are worried about the sleep of someone you care for. I'll introduce you to what we know about sleep hormones, some tips to try in the areas of sleep routine, bedroom environment, sensory needs, and some ideas about diet. You can watch this in one go or skip to the sections you're most interested in. This section of the Sleep Kit looks at sleep hormones. We know for most people our bodies work on a 24-hour cycle called the circadian rhythm. There are two main hormones involved in this, melatonin and cortisol. Melatonin is sometimes called the sleep hormone. It's naturally produced by darkness, and it helps our bodies to be calm and get ready for sleep. Cortisol is sometimes called the stress hormone. It's the hormone of action, and it's naturally produced in the morning to get us ready to start our day. Knowing this natural cycle gives us ideas of what's best to get ready for bed and when to get up again. However, we know not all people's circadian rhythm work like this, and many children and adults need extra supports to make the most of their cycle. Some ideas to promote melatonin can be to use blackout blinds or move to low lighting rooms in the evening. Reducing cortisol levels can be supported by moving high energy, high excitement activities to earlier in the day. Now that you know this about circadian rhythms, melatonin and cortisol, what ideas might you try at home? This section of the Sleep Kit looks at bedtime routines. We know that people with additional needs can find transitions of all kinds difficult. Getting ready for bed is no different, and the signals for the end of the day can be pretty hard to read. We know that having extra support to know it's bedtime, what activities need to happen and in what order, can make a big difference to getting calmly ready for sleep. But did you know it can be useful to think of bedtime starting several hours in advance of actually going to bed? This can really make a difference to bedtime routines. So some tips you can try are: plan your evening by moving from high energy to low energy activities. You know your child and your home best, so you will know what fits with the rhythm of your home. Every family is different. Some people need a bath before bedtime to feel calm, promoting a melatonin surge. For others, water can be frightening or maybe an energizing experience, triggering cortisol, leaving them much more awake. The same can be said for teeth brushing, face washing, hair brushing. How do these things work in your family? Build a routine that gives cortisol the least chance to trigger and melatonin the best chance to surge. Remember, we need melatonin for sleep and cortisol for action. Examples of breaking your evening up can include playtime, exercise time, dinner time, screen time, reading time, and rest time. Create consistency in the routine. Do the same thing every evening, even at the weekends. Have a specific bedtime routine that is short and simple and has clear tasks. For example, putting pajamas on, brushing teeth, reading a bedtime story, and a definite endpoint, like saying goodnight or turning off the light. Involve the person you're caring for in the routine. Making decisions together can help people feel included in the plan as well. Now that we've talked about these ideas, what can you do at home to put a calm sleep routine in place? This section of the Sleep Kit looks at bedroom environment. The place we sleep is incredibly important to developing and maintaining good sleep habits. Calm, low arousal, sensory attuned spaces can promote readiness to sleep. So, some tips you can try are muted or soft colours, blackout blinds and low lighting. Make the bed warm and inviting, but the room should be cool and calm. If possible, make the bed technology free and reduce or remove blue light devices. Can the room be clutter-free? This is a place to rest, not engage or be reminded of fun games or preferred activities. What can you hear? Can you reduce loud noises and activities in the room and other parts of the home? Does the person have a say about the things that are in their bedroom and things that can be brought to bed? Some people really like a comfort item. Can they bring one to bed with them? Now that we've thought about the bedroom environment, you might ask, are there any changes you can make together to help their bedroom promote better sleep? This section of the sleep kit looks at sensory needs. Many people know about the 5 main senses. They are sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. But did you know there are 2 other less obvious ones, vestibular and proprioceptive senses? The vestibular sense is about balance, and proprioception can be thought about in terms of how your body feels and moves in space, and the feedback you get from force and motion. It's easy to think about how we all have different tastes, but it may be harder to imagine how different people experience all these senses in different ways. Can you easily identify the sensory preferences you have? It might be hard because for many, our preferences are taken for granted. However, for the people we care for, it can be hard to know what they themselves need, and sometimes they need our help with this. When our sensory needs are not met, this can lead to us feeling dysregulated, maybe frightened, and even a little upset. Not great feelings to help the melatonin surge we need for sleep. One way to think of this is through opposites, needing more or less of different inputs. To one person, a smell may be terrible, but you barely notice it. Or the sound of something might be really grating, but again, you might not hear it. It can be useful to go through each of these senses to ensure they're contributing to calm wind down to bed and not leading to more feelings of energy or agitation. Think what you can adjust or give more or less in each area. Sight, low lighting or brighter lighting. Hearing, music, talking, tone of voice. Touch, maybe soft clothing, bedclothes, or a rough face cloth. Taste, is the toothpaste strong or light? Has it changed recently? Smell could be a favourite perfume or a shampoo or something nice to smell after a bath. Vestibular and proprioceptive senses may need to be met earlier in the day with high energy activities. As above with the routine section, when in the day might you make these adjustments to help with moving from high to low energy activity? This section of the sleep kit looks at diet. Our sleep can be affected by what we put in our bodies. We know some foods can promote sleep and help our bodies create and release melatonin, that hormone we've talked about that's really important for sleep. But also foods with antioxidants and magnesium can help with sleep as well. Foods like almonds, milk, bananas, cherry juice, turkey, white rice, kiwis, chamomile tea, walnuts, fatty fish, passion flower tea, dairy products, and oatmeal can all help with sleep. We know some foods like caffeine can keep us awake, but did you know chocolate has caffeine in it? So hot chocolate is best avoided in the evening or before bed. Many fizzy drinks also contain caffeine and lots of sugar. These are also best avoided. Some of us have to take medication, and it's best to check with your doctor about the possible impact these might have on sleep. Some things you might try at home are: try an experiment with some of the foods mentioned above, and ways of introducing sleep-supporting foods into your diet. Ensure large meals are not consumed within 2 or 3 hours of bedtime, as it can cause reflux or digestive upset. A small snack before bed may help prevent people waking during the night feeling hungry. That brings us to the end of the sleep kit. What new ideas have you heard, and what new bedtime activities will you try at home? How will you plan for this change? Who needs to support you? And how long will you try it before you can tell if it has helped? Now you've completed the sleep kit. Attached you will find a sleep diary to fill in, which may help you track sleep habits. Also included is a sample sleep diary for a child and one for an adult, which have already been filled in. This will show the details included in the diary. The more detail that you can include, the better. This may help identify patterns related to sleep. We hope you found some of this useful. If you've tried some of the ideas in the sleep kit and it hasn't helped with having more rest, you should contact your disability team for more specific supports for you. This project was developed by the CAMS ID and MHID teams at St Michael's House with funding from the HSE Spark Innovation Fund.